Welcome everybody, and welcome Andrew. Great to see you.
Hello, Paula. It's great to be here and very excited to be speaking about something that we've been working on for a while now.
Super, absolutely. Okay, well, we're here today to share something new with everybody that we've been working on, as you say, and we finally get to do a collaboration together, because I know we've been looking to do that since we met at one of your events back in, I think it was October, November time, 2019.
2019 it was. I remember it well, yeah.
So just for the purpose of our audience, why don't we just do a quick introduction of ourselves? Andrew, you go first.
Sure. Well, you have a moniker, which I'm sure you'll explain in a moment, but so do I. I'm the multi-story man. And the idea is that I help companies, organizations, through their individuals to tell a better story about themselves. So that's basically crafting a message and then training people to deliver it well in the moment, either on the stage or in a conversation. And I call it verbal PR. So in a sense, I'm a storytelling coach and consultant in the business world.
Fantastic. And I've witnessed you helping people do just that beautifully. So a great way to describe how you work and what you do, Andrew. And I am the natural leadership coach. I am a leadership coach. I help leaders in all shapes and sizes of business to understand what really matters to them, reveal and ignite their purpose, so that when they show up every day, they know that they're reaching their true potential as a leader, whether it's leading their own business or leading a team in the corporate world. So that's what we do. But what are we going to be doing together? This is the exciting bit. It's all about the INCrowd.
Yes, well, the logo top left is a bit of a giveaway, I guess, and the wording, which I hope people can see bottom right, building influence together, really kind of dictates or indicates what it's about. So the INCrowd, in means influence, and it's all about helping people like you and me and others who are out there putting our, selling our wares, explaining to people what we do, the value we bring to people. And it's helping people to build that profile through having a message that really resonates with people and then draws people to them. So it's about building pulling power. It's about developing a voice that's worth listening to, so that then you get invitations to speak at events, to maybe write things, to be seen as having value to offer, and then get properly paid for what you offer as well. So it's about building influence, hence the INCrowd, but working together as a community, so that everybody's sort of going on a similar journey together, so to speak.
And I love the fact that influence can mean so many different things, or take so many different roles in our lives, if you like. From a leadership perspective, for example, it's about the influence that you have in the world that you work in, being able to bring people along with the right message and influence them to do things with you or for you as you're delegating, whichever way you're looking at it, and being able to influence people that you don't have line management accountability for example, to help support you on a collective purpose towards a goal, in that sense. And there's all sorts of different subjects that we can bring into this, isn't there, Andrew, in terms of around the theme of influence?
Well, there is. I mean, obviously, you're talking there about influencing skills, which, of course, are very, very relevant and important to internal situations within companies, within organizations, where people have to develop the skill of influence and persuasion through all of the techniques that you help people with. But also influence in the sense of having a product to offer to the outside world, or particularly a service to offer, which isn't perhaps as tangible as a thing, needs a message that resonates with people and therefore pulls people towards you. And there are various tactics or strategies that you can use to develop that voice, like public speaking, like networking, like using social media, blogging, video, and so forth. And we have this thing called the 6 Ps, don't we? Which is public speaking, podcasting, publications, sitting on panels. things like
Don't forget
building
purpose.
partnerships. Sorry again.
Don't forget purpose.
Oh, I was leaving the best till last. And then, of course, purpose, which, of course, is your speciality amongst many things. So the 6 Ps, I think, are part of this. And because this concept lends itself to a number of subtopics, the idea that we've come up with, you and I, is to hold regular events, I think on a monthly basis to begin with, for sure, where we explore one of these. So people have an opportunity to share their experiences and maybe how have you got on, developing a podcast or finding a sense of purpose, or publishing materials, whether that's manuals, guides, manifestos, articles, that kind of thing. How have you got on? Has it gone well? Are you doing well with it? Are you struggling with it? So that collectively we can all sort of help each other in this almost like a story sharing sense, but with some expert guidance. And obviously some of that will be provided by us as hosts if it sits within our area of expertise. And sometimes we'll have an external consultant or an expert who will come in, and perhaps we'll interview them or maybe have a chat with them, or they will simply present some ideas to the audience. So there'll be an expert slot, so to speak, within each of the events that we run, but focusing on one of that list of topics each time.
Yeah, and I think you touched on a really great and important point to both of us there, Andrew, about that sense of community support within the events, because yes, we're both going to be the hosts, and yes, sometimes it will be in our field of expertise to help support the group, and other guest speakers coming in to help bring that expert thread in too. But of course, there's going to be so much expertise in the room amongst the sort of global participants that we go for here, because we've deliberately pitched it at 2 p.m. in the afternoon UK time, so that we can capture a wider global audience as well, to enable all sorts of different people with different skills and at different stages of business or different stages of their career to be able to come and join us and really experience influencing together.
And I agree, Paula. I think the community element of this is critical, because not everybody will be good at all of these things. In fact, there won't be anybody who's good at all of them. Sometimes people will say, well, I don't think that'll be relevant to me, or that'll be relevant to me, and that's fine. But it may be that they can reconsider once they've heard someone else say they've had some success with something like public speaking, or maybe using video or having a podcast. So I think there'll be an element of inspiration in hearing other people's experiences. And also, I think it's quite a lonely business, if you're trying to build your voice and build this reputation and pulling power over time. It takes a lot of sustained effort over time, and it's quite difficult to do it in isolation. I think it'll be really interesting to have this collaborative approach where we can maybe, test drive some things on each other and find out who's doing what and is it working. And also, as you say, the fact, you've got a lot of contacts in the States that you work with. I've got quite a few in the Far East and in Europe. So I think it be interesting to hear from different cultures and different countries how they're getting on, and whether there's a particular bent towards this tactic or that tactic where they happen to be. So I think it'll be really fascinating to tap into this community of experiences.
Yeah, I really, really feel the same. And I'm very excited about that sort of global aspect of it and bringing in that diversity to see if, are there themes that run through all the different countries that might be involved, or are we doing things really differently? Every day's a learning day for me, Andrew. So I'm really looking forward to all of that and what I might learn from others as well. So not only are there benefits to all of you who might get involved with the INCrowd with us, but I think Andrew and I are going to learn a lot from this as well, which is a real super added benefit.
Well, absolutely. So we start on the 28th of September. I think you mentioned, Paula, it was 2:00 UK time. And it will be a virtual event. It may be that we move to some face-to-face events in time, but we're going to start with virtual events because we can, really tap into and bring together our global network that way. The sessions will last an hour and a half. They'll have this guest element or expert element, whether it's an external guest or us doing the expert section. But I think a lot of this will be about, typically in breakouts, sharing experiences, coming back to the plenary, seeing what we've been talking about, and really helping people on that path towards pulling power and having a voice that's really worth listening to.
Yeah. And I think just as a little teaser for everyone watching, Andrew and I have got lots of ideas to develop the INCrowd, over time. So let's see how these initial events go as we get together, and as we build, we'll see what it is that you want to see from the INCrowd, as well as the ideas that we have, and see how it might develop. So if you would like to join us on the 28th at 2 p.m, 28th September, that is, at 2 p.m. UK time, then please do register. The link will be below this video in the comments, and we would love to see you there. I think it's going to be a really exciting first event, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. I'm very much looking forward to it, and a long overdue collaboration between you and I. So I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. We got there in the end. All good things are worth waiting for.
Indeed. Indeed.
Great to talk to you today. And any questions, everyone, pop them in the comments below, and Andrew and myself will get back to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.